We're going on a cruise!
Spring break. Our family took a cruise to Mexico aboard the cruise ship Carnival Inspiration. Leaving from the Los Angeles port of Long Beach, our first stop was the port of Avalon on Catalina Island, just 26 miles across the sea, home to a great salad dressing, sunshine, and golf carts. After spending the day in Avalon, we would cruise through the night to our second port of call, the Mexican seaside town of Ensenada, where we haggled for blankets and sombreros. The final leg of our trip would be a fun day at sea on our way back to Long Beach. This is our cruise to Ensenada, Mexico and Catalina Island. Need water? We don't live anywhere close to a cruise ship port, so for us, the car ride would be an 18-hour rocket ride from our home in Wyoming to Los Angeles, with stops in Salt Lake City and Las Vegas for food and leg stretching. We found lots of good food and sights along the way. The round dome is the cruise terminal. That's our ship. The fin behind it, and then this is the hotel.
You see the water slide, Brent?
Carnival Cruise Line's terminal in Long Beach is a giant white hemisphere, right next to the dock. Parked next door is the retired ocean liner, the RMS Queen Mary, now a floating hotel, museum, and restaurant. It sailed the North Atlantic before transoceanic jet travel made her obsolete, and she was retired to this dock in 1967. We decided it would be the perfect place to sleep the night before our cruise departed.
It's really big, and it was built by the same people who built the Titanic. And it's haunted.
I want to get off this ship. I want to get off this haunted ship.
No, is there a door out? We left the hotel and headed for the cruise ship terminal, where we would wait in one line and then another. A quick trip through the domed building, and we were walking along the gangway to the boat. At the entrance of the ship, a very nice man stretched out his hand to welcome me on board. Our first stop, the Lido Buffet for lunch. There were some purple jellyfish tentacle things going on in that dining room. After lunch, we returned to our staterooms for naps. Yes, we do know how to cruise. After resting, we attended a class on how to have fun, and then we toured the ship. Dinner was in the Mardi Gras dining room. Most of us ordered flat iron steaks, and Tate sampled the alligator appetizer. After dinner, we went shopping. Don't worry, we all end up buying hats on this trip. Tess found a friend waiting for her back at the stateroom. Catalina Island. We were awake at the crack of 10 o'clock and went down for breakfast. Avalon Harbor is too shallow for cruise ships to dock, and so we were transported into the shore on a tender boat with lots of happy shipmates. It was a cloudless day, and the first thing the kids wanted to do was to dip their toes in the Pacific Ocean. Of course, you can't resist a few beautiful shells. We rented a golf cart and went to explore the many pathways around the harbor and up above the city. We looked out over the ocean at the ship and looked for the California coastline in the distance. Catalina has a lot of nice places to visit. 90% of the island is owned by a nature conservancy set up by chewing gum heir Philip Wrigley. The kids played in a park and we visited Descanso Beach Club, where we shopped and wished that we had brought swimming suits along. We found plenty of places to shop along the beachfront. Are you serious? It took a quarter? We returned to the ship via a return tender. Bryn tried out her new bucket hat, and Tess tried out the water slide. You look ready. Tonight's dinner on the cruise ship was a formal occasion. We dressed up and ate well in the Mardi Gras restaurant.
Try it, it's so good, Tess. It does not look good.
An after-dinner show in the ship's lounge rounded out the night and kept us laughing, especially when the party left the lounge and spilled out into the ship's open atrium. Ensenada, Mexico. Another cloudless day, this time in Baja California. After eating a great breakfast in the Lido buffet, we went out on a ship's terrace to take pictures. We made friends with two seagulls who just could have been family members. We disembarked the ship and headed to the city center, just a few hundred yards from the cruise ship dock. Quizás más tarde.
How can you speak that language?
We found ourselves at the waterfront where sea lions barked. We browsed several shopping stalls with ponchos, blankets, and all kinds of souvenirs. There were no free bathrooms in the city center. This one was kind of pricey. Wait, was that a pigeon in there? We found lots of Mexican folk art on sale, and even some genuinely licensed NFL merchandise. We also met Buzz Lightyear's Mexican cousin, Enrico Lightyear, and his friend Pepe.
Para ella sí había que decir Ensenada en chiquillo.
All that?
Yeah, for blankets. Remember the hats we didn't buy on the ship? Turns out we could get 5 here for the price of 1 in the ship's gift shop. Tess loved hers. We headed back to the ship the way we had come. Somehow the walk seemed much farther than it had been earlier. We found a horse carriage whose very persuasive driver/entrepreneur gave us a ride back to the boat. Back on the ship, we took inventory of our Mexican souvenirs.
Oh my goodness, that is so cute.
Did you get it dressed?
Yeah, a Mexican one.
Yeah? What does it look like?
This.
Oh, that's really pretty. So how'd we get back to the ship?
We got a ride in a horse-drawn carriage by her. It sounds better.
that looks.
Did you like the fish market?
No.
So what'd you do after you got back to the boat?
Came back and took a nap.
How many people did you talk to? Did you talk to them in Spanish or English? Or?
Spanish.
Yeah? How was their Spanish? Was it pretty good?
Better than mine.
After board games, we ate dinner in the ship's restaurant. Tate ordered as many appetizers as her father would allow, and Cody, ever the adventurer, decided to order the frog's legs.
Also get 2 shrimp cocktails.
What'd you get?
Frog leg.
That looks really good.
I don't know. It could be a fox, a cat, a dog.
Compare it to this taste.
I think it's a chupacabra. That's what it is.
What's a chupacabra?
Bigfoot.
It's a,
Oh.
it's a chugawada.
Our last day on the ship was a full day, cruising the sunny Pacific Ocean off the coast of Mexico and Southern California. We took advantage of what the ship had to offer: trivia games in the midship lounge and plenty of shopping. Bryn found the candy shop and filled up several bags. Hey, you have to use those onboard ship credits, right? The kids wanted to explore the ship's arcade. They rode the Typhoon over and over again, and even talked their dad into getting on. We tried to act like we weren't the ones who emptied the ice cream machine, but they did send a 1-star general to refill it. Tate decided to eat an empty ice cream cone while we waited. Out on the ship's Lido deck, an artist raced the sun to carve a block of ice before it melted. I thought it was a totem pole. The lady on the microphone said it was an Indian chief. We took Tate and Tess to high tea in the afternoon. They got really excited when they realized that it was more than just tasting herbal teas. There was chocolate cake too, and lots of it. When the sun was high, we climbed up to the Lido deck for some fun in the water. We had promised the kids earlier that we would find the pool and the water slide this afternoon. It was a great escape from the heat. Dinner tonight in the Mardi Gras dining room featured a magician who came to our table and amazed us with some close-up magic. We were flabbergasted by what he could do with a deck of cards and a $20 bill we hoped to get back. What is it?
A gorilla.
Let me see your girl.
We finished our day at sea with karaoke in the Candlelight Lounge. Cody, Bryn, and I signed up early, and we all found our way to the stage to entertain a full house. All good things must come to an end, and for some, it hits harder. We packed up our bags and headed off the ship early, back to the port of Long Beach. Yes, the cruise coming to an end was sad, but we managed to soften the blow by spending the day at one of our favorite places.
Is this really the happiest place?
It may be.